All right, so we are about ready to start Scenario 6, where Doom awaits, of Dunwich Legacy. You awaken to the sound of screeching. Fearing the worst, you grab your equipment and head out into the streets of Dunwich. As soon as you step outside, you sense a foulness in the cold night air, an awful, pungent smell that can scarcely be described, and a heaviness to the atmosphere that makes it difficult to breathe. The citizens of Dunwich have sealed their doors, and the town feels quiet and lonesome. In the distance, a faint glow emanates from a hilltop above the village. You know of this hill from both your interactions with Zebulon and Armitage's records. It is called Sentinel Hill. The tales speak of satanic rites being performed there. Rites in which great ritual pyres light up the night sky while the ground rumbles furiously below. Flocks of whippoorwills perch on the rooftops of the village around you, watching ominously as you climb inside Zebulon's old beat-up truck. As you drive towards Sentinel Hill, more screeching fills the sky with an awful pitch that is painful to your ears. Everything you have read about and experienced in Dunwich has led to this. If the foul ritual Seth seeks to perform has anything to do with what Armitage and his colleagues prevented several months back, it involves the favor of an ancient creature, Yog-Sothoth. Failing to stop this ritual may spell doom, not only for Dunwich, but for the entire world. Check the campaign log if Naomi has the investigators back. Proceed to part 1.
She never does.
Nope. Otherwise, skip to setup. All right, so we've already gathered the encounters. I hope we don't have to grab anything out of these. We have gotten the following encounter sets: Where Doom Awaits, Beast Thralls, Sorcery, Bishop's Thralls, Striking Fear, Ancient Evils, and Chilling Cold. They're shuffled in there. Put the base of the hill, Ascending Path, and Sentinel Peak into play. Each investigator begins at base of the hill. It has 3 clues, 3 shroud, 0 clues. Base of the hill is connected to each copy of Diverging Path. Action: Investigate. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, put a random set-aside Diverging Path into play. Action: Resign. This is more than I signed up for. Remove 1 copy of Diverging Path from the game. Then set the other 3 aside out of play. Remove 1 copy of Altered Path from the game at random. Set the other 3 copies of Altered Path aside out of play. Based on your difficulty level, add the following Chaos tokens to the Chaos bag. Standard, -5. So this we actually put in at the beginning of last campaign, or 1 or 2 turns into last campaign, because my book was sitting over here off camera. You can't see it, but it was open to this page, and I saw this where it's like, oh, you need to put a -5 in the bag. But that was this scenario and not the last scenario. So we played with that Chaos token in the bag when we didn't need to.
But it canceled out the slight issue with the pit boss in an earlier scenario.
Yeah. In House Always Wins, we cheated. So we uncheated. We're going to say we uncheated. Okay, depending on the following circumstances, a different version of Act 2 should be used for this scenario. If the investigators restored Silas Bishop, which was not true. If they failed to recover the Necronomicon or the Necronomicon was stolen, it's still in your deck, so that's false. If neither of the above are true, use Act 2, Ascending the Hill version 3. So versions 1 and 2 are RFG'd. Check the campaign log for each brood of Yog-Sothoth that escaped into the wild. That's 1. Add a doom to the agenda, which starts with 12, or has 12. Check the campaign log if the investigators put Silas Bishop out of his misery. That's also false, because we got so close in that campaign. We had like 5 clues left, but then there was that thing that kept putting horror on you when you went back out of the chamber. Yeah, whatever.
This game is the equivalent of that one insurance commercial with the guy fishing with $1. You were so close!
I got $2. Gotta be quicker than that.
Gotta be quicker than that.
All right, so that's not true. If we had put him out of his misery, we would have started with a conglomeration of spears in play at the Ascending Path. And then shuffle the rest of... Oh, and then the other of those would have gone into the encounter deck, but then shuffle the remainder of the encounter cards into the encounter deck. And then that's the end. Okay. That's the end of setup. So... the agenda, that's right, I should probably read that. Calling forth the old ones. As you approach Sentinel Hill, you hear ancient Latin rites bellowed across the night. The time for action has come. If you cannot stop the sorcerers in Dunwich, Who knows what terrors they might unleash upon the world? 12 doom, and because of the brood that got away, starting with 1.
I had these in the wrong order.
Oh, yeah, start with Act 1, please.
The path to the hill. A vibrant, arcane energy fills the air with a bone-rattling chill. The energy swirls along the crushed trail before you and seeps down several other paths before disappearing. Objective: when the investigators have collected the requisite number of clues, they must immediately spend them and advance.
Okay. So I'm assuming the diverging paths are going to have the clues on them. So
if they don't, we're in trouble.
This is also limit once per round to investigate and put a diverging path in place. So that means once per round per investigator. So I could try, but let's see, what's bad that can happen on here? -1 for skull, -3 if you're at an altar location. Cultists is reveal another token, cancel the effects and icons of each skill card committed to the test. Oh, skill cards. Okay, we actually don't commit a lot of skill cards. Tablets -2, -4 if we're at Agenda 2, and Squid token is discard the top 2 cards of your deck, and it's -X, where X is the total printed cost of the discarded cards. Woof. All right. Get my hand here. I'll keep that one and discard the other 4. 1, 2. That's a weakness. So 2, 3, 4. Ruh-roh. Let's just say that I'm still pretty damn horrified. I've got three horror on me out of my 6, and I put kerosenes in the deck to try to heal me, and I may or may not have it. I may or may not have it.
We don't have monsters out yet, so
That's true. Yeah, it's only helpful if there are monsters out, or
if he's killing monsters and still has a turn
has
left.
actions. Yeah. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Got my hand of 5.
Okay.
Did you read your path up the hill? Did you
Yes.
read that? Did you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm out of it. I guess. Those 2 beers are really getting to me.
Okay. I'll go first.
Alrighty.
Play my research librarian
Oh boy.
to go find ye old.
Encyclopedia or Nurker-Nurmakern. Ermagerd, there's the Nurker-Nurmakern.
Encyclopedia, and I'm going to spend 2 to play it right away.
Okay.
And then I am going to use it as my free action.
To
Boost your books.
my books, yeah. Because that puts me at 4. I can maybe put one of these into play with 4.
Yes.
I'm not gonna be able to put one in with 2. Like that's a very slim chance I put them into play with 2.
And so I'm at 5 on a 3. And I'll just go with that to try and reveal a location.
5 on a 3. Do it.
Hey!
A diverging path. Pick one. All right. Well, I think what I'm going to do to start,
Play your
since
boxing gloves?
I'm a boxer, get my boxing gloves out, and then I'll try to investigate with a 4. Now here's the question: if I fail, well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. 4 on a 3.
Oh, look, a bridge to cross.
-2. Yep, we have crossed that bridge. Now, do I try to get another one, or do I go see what's in here? I think I go see what's in here.
Yeah.
Okay. My third action is going to be moved to the diverging path. The Frozen Spring forced. After you reveal Frozen Spring, lose the remainder of your actions, all 0 of them, and immediately lose your turn. Despite the temperature of the air, the spring has frozen over completely. 2 clues, 3 shroud. And yeah, I lose my 0 actions.
Okay.
That's our turn. Mm-hmm. Monsters? No monsters. Flip your bitch and ready up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Resource. All right. Second out of 12 doom. I don't know if I said that before. 12 doom to advance. We're at 2 of 12.
All right. I'm gonna
Draw an encounter card.
say I draw an encounter card.
Oof.
Test head.
Oh God, that's.
For each point you fail by, take a horror.
Glad you drew that.
I'm actually going to commit the old book of lore. So I'm sitting at a 4 on a 3.
Okay. Oh, there's the -5.
Okay, so I'm taking 3 horror, and by that I mean I'm taking 2 horror, and my research librarian is going to bye-bye.
If you took 3 horror, that put you down to 4
What do I need this person for?
to soak a heart. I don't know. It's up to you.
I don't...
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And my encounter card is Spaces Between. This fucking sucks. Flip each non-sentinel location in play to its unrevealed side, removing all clues from it.
God damn it.
But it's just flip it to its unrevealed side. Removing all clues from it. Each investigator and enemy at the location flipped this way immediately moves to the nearest Sentinel Hill location. Shuffle each non-Sentinel Hill location so the players do not know which is which. Well, there's only one. It doesn't say to shuffle these.
Yeah.
It's just this one. So this one is when you reveal it, lose all your actions. So move into there as your third action.
Right.
Or don't move into there at all.
Okay.
Do we want to do the same thing where you give me books, or are you
Yeah,
going to do
I'm
books
gonna
yourself?
Fast this thing.
Okay, so that is +1 while investigating.
I will free book you.
Okay, so I have 4 books now.
And I still have 3 actions.
You do.
So I'm going to investigate. So I'm sitting at a 6 on a 3.
Yeah.
Manners.
Squid token is discard the top 2 cards of your deck. -1,
5 on a 3.
-2. So -3 total.
Yep. So a pass. This one.
Okay.
Okay, so that was action the first.
Yeah, we don't know what this one is. This one's lose all your actions. And that one had a shroud of 3.
I will get a resource
Okay.
for action the second, and action
And go up to the one we
third.
know.
Yep.
Hey, look, the Frozen Spring.
We get super fucked and draw another spaces between.
Right. All right, well, I'm going to go into the diverging path.
Do you not want to try to investigate this first?
Oh, yeah, you gave me book for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay, investigating 4 on 3 to try to get that last diverging path out.
Because if that's shitty...
Yep. I've got a 0. Hey! There's the last diverging path into play. Now, do I go into this one or do I go into the one that I'm going to go into the one that I discovered.
I found this one. I get to go there first.
It is the destroyed path.
Well, yeah, you're a boxer. Everything's...
Forced, after you reveal destroyed path, place 1 investigator doom on it. It has 0 clues, 3 shroud. Investigate. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, remove a doom from it.
I shouldn't have given you those books,
should
Rep.
not have-
This is what happens when you try to learn things.
At least I still have them, so I can try to get rid of a doom with a 4 on a 3. +1. Hey, all right, I got rid of.
Mitigating problems.
All right, we're good there. We're good there.
Okay, so
Monsters turn.
go. Monsters done. Upkeep. Draw a
Card.
Get a resource.
Resource. I think we just let this doom sit here. 2 doom, I might have said you might need to go do something about it, but it's an ancient evils is what just happened. It took an action away from me. Okay. The 3rd doom on the sheet, the 4th doom in play, is placed. Cartas. Crypt Chill.
Fuck. I mean, by magnifying glass if I fail it.
Yeah.
Test head 4.
Oh, Head 7?
Head 6.
6 on a 4. Okay, 6 on a 4. The -3. So how much damage do you take? 2? Oh, no, you discard an asset if you can't take 2 damage.
That was an attempt to keep the magnifying glass.
Yeah. I've got a Thrall spawn at the location with the most clues. Want me to come up there and punch him?
That would be preferable.
All right. My first turn is going to be to move to the base of the hill. Second
Get
action,
over here!
Get over here!
Yeah!
Engage, fight. Choose a non-elite enemy at your location or a connecting location. Move that enemy to your location, engage it, and attack it. Okay. So I'm sitting at 6 fists on his 2. Cultist, which is reveal another token, cancel the effects and icons of each skill card committed to this test, which are 0. And that's a 0, so he's dead. Because it's an event, I deal +1 damage when I use a fight on an event, and he's only got 2 HP. So, and my boxing gloves, I'm going to search the top 6 for a spirit card. Tommy Malloy.
Darn.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, those are skills. Those are weaknesses. I should probably put them in the same orientation. You know what? Yeah, those are both spirits. I'm going to keep that one. Let's shuffle these weaknesses really far down into my deck.
Done.
And then for my third action, I'm going to move into the other diverging path. It is the Eerie Glade. After you reveal Eerie Glade, discard the top 2 cards of your deck for each action you have remaining. 0! All right. It's got a Shroud of 4 and 2 clues on it, so I'm going to need, you're going to have to deal with that. I can't. So you need to get those clues and come down here and get those clues. Sorry to make you do everything, but I'm killing monsters over here.
Monster. All right, so my turn.
Yes.
I'm going to book.
Encyclopedia for book.
So I'm at a 7 on a 3.
Skull is -1, -3 if you're at altered, which both of them pass, and you're not at altered. So
7 on a 3.
Just barely, that -4. Trying to fuck us again.
And move to there.
All right. No monsters. We get a Tommy Malloy. Nope. And it would have been a Tommy Malloy. But my boxing gloves punched him down into my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. You put the Doom. 4th on the sheet, 5th in play. What do you got? A Lupine Thrall, spawn at the farthest location from you. Okay.
Your Carta?
Well, I've got an Avian Thrall. He's a 5/4/3 creature abomination. He spawns on me, Hunter, when he is attacked using a ranged firearm or spell. He gets -3 fight. I can still probably deal with him.
I mean, if I come down there...
Can you kill him?
No.
He is a hunter. He needs to die.
Correct. However, if I go first...
You've got a way to kill him? Do you have a spell?
I can encyclopedia you.
Oh, you can Oh, yeah, okay, so you go first. All right, it's our turn.
Yeah.
We should have done this a long time ago. So you come down, encyclopedia me for free, and try to get these 2 clues and give me fists?
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably how we do it.
So I will come down here.
Okay.
Get your fists.
Okay, that bumps me up to 8 fists on his 5 when I attack him.
And, so that's 1 action. I'm going to investigate with a big old deduction.
That's a big old deduction. So what are you sitting at? 7?
Yep,
on
7
a
on
4?
a 4. And I automatically get 1 more, so it's...
So you don't need to succeed by 2. Squid is discard the top 2 cards of your deck. -2?
0!
And
yes!
another 0. So
Okay.
-2, you get both the clues. We must immediately advance when you do that. Cool.
Action goes away. And a sacrifice made. During your search through the wooded paths around...
Hold on a sec. Okay, so we're back from the camera turning off, and Bowie was about to read the back of Act 1A.
During your search through the wooded paths around the base of Sentinel Hill, you come across a startling sight. A herd of sheep lays dead upon the ground in a secluded clearing. Their bloodied carcasses placed in a strange but careful pattern.
Well, those are wolves. I thought they were the sheep.
Holding your nose against the stench of death, you step over the mangled sheep on your way to the center of the odd formation. In the center of the sheep lies the corpse of a man. A clear jewel has been firmly pressed into his forehead, caving in the front of his skull. His eyes are wide, his face contorted in a vision of fear, as if beseeching you for mercy. Though you know better, you check for a pulse. As you touch the man's skin, the jewel in his forehead dissolves and the woods around you seem to clear. Remove all clues from each location in play.
This isn't a clue. It's a doom.
The arcane presence masking the path further up the hill has faded. Reveal ascending path.
The ascending path. When you try to follow the path leading further up Sentinel Hill, you somehow end up walking up in a perpetual loop. Each time you stop to find your bearings, you find yourself back at the base of the hill again. Ascending path revealed. It is connected to each copy of Altered Path. Action investigate. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, put a random set aside Altered Path into play. 3 shroud, 0 clues. And it's connected to the base of the hill. All right, so that was your turn. Did you do 2 investigates?
No. So I moved in there.
Encyclopedia'd and investigated with a deduction. So you still have an action. I'm going to get the... Well, that's a Sentinel Hill location. That's a Dunwich... I don't know. I have not exhausted my boxing gloves yet this turn either. I forgot to ready those up.
I will come back here.
Okay. Well, I think my first action... Just to make sure this guy gets dealt with is to play mano a mano. Play only as your first action. Deal 2 damage to an enemy engaged with you. This action does not provoke attacks of opportunity. I'm going to use my special ability to deal him 1 extra damage from an event. So that's that. Then I'm going to punch him with my fists.
Pretty solid.
For 1 damage, I'm sitting at 8 because of your encyclopedia. So 8 on a 5. Reveal another one. Lose all the committed cards, which were none. -1. He is dead.
Encyclopedia so good.
Encyclopedia is so good. Mano a mano is really good. Now here is the question. So Lupine Thrall is going to move there.
Mm-hmm. Oh crap.
No, you're fine.
No, I know. We got to go that way anyways. But
yeah. Oh, first. Boxing gloves. I just defeated an enemy. Search the top 6 for a spirit. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in hand. This will be my 7th. Motherfuck. Kerosene was my top card. Spoilers, I also have my draw 2 cards after you defeat an enemy. I was debating which one to do first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that a spirit? That is a spirit. I'm going to get my other mano a mano. Mano a mano can deal with him just straight up if that's my first action. He has to move into me. Or I have to find some way to move into him and take an attack, which I guess I could, but don't really want to.
Right.
Okay, now... So what did I do? I mano a mano'd, I punched. I still have an action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... But I don't want to do the draw 2 cards because I would have to discard cards. So I think my second action is going to be... No. Yeah, I'll play this now. I'll play Flesh Ward. I'll stay down here in the Eerie Glade. I can go 1, 2, and punch. He's got 3 HP. Do I have an event that would... I don't have an event. And you know what? I'll deal with it. I'll deal with him next turn, hopefully. All right, there's my Flesh Ward with my 4 charges on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards.
Monsters go.
Monster moves.
We upkeep.
Uh-huh. Across space and time, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. There goes a Vicious Blow, not too worried about that. There goes Tommy Malloy, great, great, great. There goes my physical training. Physical training I would have liked, but all in all, not the worst across space and time. It thins my deck for my kerosines is what it does. You drew your Necronomicon?
Yep.
So we both drew a weakness. Fun. Are you really sitting? Oh yeah, you took Rotting Remains, didn't you? Or not Rotting Remains, one of the other ones. Because you have what, 2 mental trauma?
Yeah. I think so. So should I be one more higher?
You have 2 physical trauma and 1 mental trauma.
Oh, that's what was okay.
You took 3?
Yeah, because I got like a -5
Okay.
or -4, whatever it was.
Okay. So that was our upkeep. 5th Doom on the sheet. 6th in play. What do you got? Oh.
Each investigator at a Sentinel Hill location tests head 4. Each investigator who fails takes 2 damage. So I'm at a 5. Or I'm at a 3. 5.
Uh-huh.
6, 7.
Okay, your tote bag. 7, testing 4. Yeah, it's worth it to commit all that just to draw the -5. Skull is -1. Still worth.
It hurts.
I know. Guts draws you a card. Beyond the Veil. Put Beyond the Veil into your threat area if there's no copy of Beyond the Veil in your threat area. Forced, if your deck has no cards in it, take 10 damage and discard Beyond the Veil. Surge. Crazed Shoggoth.
Oh, let me guess. He spawns on me.
It is a 3/6/4 monster Shoggoth spawn. The nearest altered location.
Heyo!
That's a big boy. He's a victory point, but
Not worth a victory.
Yep.
I'd pass on the victory point right now.
when Crazed Shoggoth attacks, if this attack would defeat an investigator, that investigator is instead killed. Woof. That was a great time to draw him. All right. Yeah, I can go up and deal with that Lupine Thrall, I think.
That would be helpful.
My boxing gloves are up. Well, I can take him off of your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
6. Okay.
At least let me get up there.
My first action will be to get a resource. Second, third action, he engages me. I have a way to deal with his... I mean, I've got my Flesh Ward. I've got things.
Okay. My turn. I'm going to play Pathfinder.
Solid.
I'm going to use Pathfinder
Uh-huh.
to move up here. So that is still first action. I'm going to free Encyclopedia.
For books.
Yep, and do the 1 investigate I'm allowed to this turn. So that's a 7 on a 3.
Cultist, which is just draw another one.
7 on a 3.
There were no...
Do I put the cultist back in?
No.
That's a success. This divergent or altered path.
I am 99.5% certain that you don't. I'm going to look at skill test timings.
Did I really get rid of both of those already?
So step 8 is skill test ends, which is discard all cards that were committed and return all chaos tokens to the bag at the very end of the skill test.
I've already discarded one of my fearless with that, which I don't exactly like, but
All right, so your first action was play Pathfinder. You free action to move. You free action to Encyclopedia. You still have an action.
yep, I'm gonna draw a card.
Okay. Flipped. Monsters go. I am going to just take the damage. I'm going to use Flesh Ward to cancel the brain that he's going to do to me and take the damage. Okay. That is the monster's turn. Then we get to upkeep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Resource. Six Doom on the sheet, 7 total in play out of 12. What you got? A Thrall, location with the most clues.
Actually.
Yeah, there's no reason to go to any of these.
Well, they're...
Well, if we draw that one thing that flips them all, no matter where he's at, he'll move to the base of the hill.
Yeah.
So, yep, that's a good place to put him. Sure you don't want to put him at Sentinel Peak?
Or the altered path over here?
Hey, look, the spaces between! Flip each non-Sentinel Hill location to its unrevealed side, removing all clues from it. Although, that's a good question. Because if we flip it to its unrevealed side, and then shuffle them so that we don't know which is which, we'll know that this is the destroyed path because it has a doom on it, right? I'm gonna go... The rule of death, the grim rule, if you will, says that doom doesn't go away and we just place a doom on a random... I mean, it really doesn't matter which one they are because we're not going into them again. Each monster and investigator moves to the nearest Sentinel Hill location. Technically, we should shuffle this one so we don't know what it is. Oh no!
Oh, look, it's shuffled.
Okay. Can I kill this lupine thrall?
Yes.
Boop! Mano a mano. Play only as your first action. Deal 2 damage to an enemy engaged with you. And because I have my bonus damage, he takes 3. Do I use my boxing gloves? Because I now have Beyond the Veil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 cards. Yeah, I'll use my boxing gloves to find a spirit. Bleh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wish my kerosene would show up. It's here, but it's not a spirit. It's an item. Let's get that card. Shuffle my kerosene out. So that was my first action. I put the lupine thrall in my discard pile. I was like, what the fuck? You're going to think I'm crazy. But my second action is going to be investigating. I'm going to commit glory to it. That's 2 books. So that puts me at 4 on a 3. You got anything to help me out with? Don't do it if it's like a big one and if it's useful. Just if it's a throwaway book, I'll take a throwaway book. A flashlight? Okay.
I mean, it's about the throwiest, awayest book I have.
Okay. So I'm
like
sitting...
in my entire deck.
Yeah. I am sitting at 2, 4, 5 books on a 3. Squid is discard 2 cards. A 0 and a 0. So that is a 0. I don't like discarding 2 cards, but that was a glory, which would have drawn me 2 cards, so it's the same as if I played it. Ish. I mean, it's the same number of cards out of my deck. So we get an altered path in play, and then I'm going to go to my third action is going to be to go the one that I just put into play. The Dimensional Gap. Forced, after you reveal Dimensional Gap, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. Spawn that enemy here instead of its normal spawn location. 3 Shroud, 2 Clues, and an enemy. Discarding cards from the encounter deck. An Ancient Evils.
Helpful.
A Frozen in Fear.
Helpful.
An Ancient Evils.
Yeah.
A Visions of Future Past. A Lupine Thrall. Okay. That's fine with me. Except I don't have another mono a mono to punch him, but yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
That was my turn, because I mono a monoed, I investigated, and I moved.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay. I'm going to Encyclopedia Books, and I'm going to Pathfinder down to here.
Oh, okay. You're going to come get these clues.
Yep. So I currently have
You
three
still
actions.
have 3 more actions, yeah.
So 3, so I'm sitting on a 7 on a 3. -4 or better.
That's the auto fail.
-3 or better. Or -4 or better.
There you go. There's a clue.
And -4 or better.
All right. Both the clues are gone. That was your turn.
Monsters go.
The monsters go. I am going to dodge, canceling the Lupine Thrall's attack.
Monsters are done. Upkeep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Resource. Forgot resource. That is the farthest. That flipped all the way
I was saying I can't
over.
even accidentally flip it to a clue.
Spawn at the location farthest from you, which that would be it. He hunts. I got to deal with the Lupine Thrall, then I can take care of him for you. I've got to find a way to deal with this beyond the veil. I don't know if I have enough health sinks, because I've only got 8 HP. The flesh ward can take 1. I guess I could get 2 flesh wards out, but that would still kill me. Greta. I need to find my Greta. My one Greta. Wait, is she in my discard? No. Okay. My one Greta is my way to deal with Beyond the Veil. Okay, that was the upkeep, right? Did I draw a card? Yes, I did. Okay. 7th Doom on the sheet. 8th in play. Now we both got Beyond the Veil. What?
Spaces between.
Oh, that's really good. Although he technically moves too. Because it says all enemies and investigators at a non-Sentinel Hill location.
Each investigator and enemy at a location flipped in this way immediately moves to the nearest Sentinel Hill location.
This didn't get... so that's the question. It was already on its...
Flip each non-Sentinel Hill location in play to its unrevealed side.
It's already on its unrevealed side.
And it says each investigator and enemy at a location flipped in this way.
It didn't get flipped because it was already flipped.
Correct.
I'm calling that the... maybe not the spirit of the rule, but the letter of the law. It didn't get flipped. And he was not at a location that got flipped. Now here's the fun thing. We don't know which one is which, but we know that one of them spawns a monster when you go to it. And it'll get its clues back. It'll get its clues back.
Because I already got them.
Yeah, I'm 90% certain that's how it works, because like when you reveal a location, it puts its clues on it. Ancient Evils. Not the worst. So we're sitting at 9 out of 12 Doom, and we're halfway to being able to get into Sentinel Peak as far as clues are concerned. All right. Well, that was loud. That was beer bottles being thrown into a, whatchamacallit, recycle bin. Okay. I need to deal with this Lupine Thrall before I do anything else.
Okay.
He's got 4. My boxing gloves are ready.
I'm going to commit that.
Sounds good. Well, my action is going to be Monster Slayer. I'm sitting at 6, 7 fists with that one. 7 fists. 8 fists. I don't need to be prepared for the worst anymore because I already got my boxing gloves. So 8 fists on his 4. And I'm playing Monster Slayer. I am committing prepared for the worst. And you're committing the knife. Okay. 8 on 4. -2.
I just imagine you having your boxing gloves on and I come and put the knife in your boxing glove and you're like,
what do I do with
sure.
this? Okay, so that was a success. Because Monster Slayer, fight the attack deals +1 damage, and because of my special ability, it does 3 damage. He is dead.
Hooray.
Do I use my boxing gloves?
Oh, did he?
He didn't.
No,
move.
I just drew him.
You drew him in the upkeep. Yep.
Uh-huh.
I am not going to use my boxing gloves because my deck's getting pretty thin, and I want my kerosene, if I'm being completely honest. Okay.
I would appreciate you taking the randomness out of where I move.
Sure, yeah, I'm going to move into one of these locations. I will move down here to this one. It is a tear in the path. Forced, after you reveal a tear in the path, take 2 damage if you have no actions remaining. Well, I have 1 action remaining. It's got 2 clues there. So you know this one's going to spawn a monster when you reveal it now. But you can just come down here and get the 2 clues.
I don't have to reveal the monster.
You don't have to reveal it.
Like, I was basically like, well, whichever one happens.
That is true.
And all of them have been like, reveal.
Yes, they've all been on revealing do
Right.
something, which is why, like, the things that flip them is a pain in the ass. Now, do I sit... So, there's a bad encounter card that says everybody at Sentinel Hill does bad stuff. I can't remember if there's a bad card that says everybody
like
at altered locations. I'm at an altered location right now. I'm going to get back up to the ascending path as my 3rd action because I'm not going to be able to investigate on a 3 shroud. Okay.
My turn?
Yeah.
I'm going to Pathfinder down there.
Jeez.
I'm an encyclopedia.
Pathfinder Encyclopedia is like Duke Investigate.
Right.
You're fucking Duke Investigating.
So I'm now 7 book on a 3.
You're Daisy Duke.
And if I get both of these in 2 investigates, I can move back up too.
Uh-huh.
-1. That's a clue for me.
All right.
That is a 3, right? 7 on a 3?
What? Yeah, it's a 3 shroud. Action the 2nd. Elder Sign, which you don't have your... Oh, you do, you son of a bitch. How many times have you been hit by that now in this campaign? Like 4 or 5?
Enough.
That is, yeah.
Like, it's debatable whether it's actually worth getting rid of. How often does... Like, it screws my... Although...
No, because... So what does it say?
Treat each Elder Sign as an auto-fail.
Yeah, that Elder Sign is... It's a red tentacle.
Yeah. And investigate the 3rd.
Skull is -3 because you're at an altered location.
Still get it.
Cool. I just want to take
Damn
that off.
Velcro.
Take the Velcro off. There's a pile of them over there somewhere. Okay. There's a Velcro around the microphone wire that the bag got caught on.
I'm trying to...
Yeah. Wow, it does not want to come off. There
Well,
we go.
it's Velcroed
It's
through
Velcro,
the loop.
yeah, through the loop. Okay. So that was your 3rd action. Monsters go. That means he hunts.
Yep.
He stays there. We can get to Sentinel Peak next turn.
Yep. We upkeep.
We upkeep. Draw a card. Paranoia. Discard all your resources. So there go my 3. Gain a resource. That kind of put a damper on what I wanted to do next turn, but not the end of the world. Actually, no. You know what? I got this. 9th Doom on the sheet.
10th in play.
10th in play out of 12. Okay. What do you got?
Crypt Chill. Test head 4. If you fail, choose and discard 1 asset you control. If you cannot, take 2 damage instead.
By Necronomicon. Oh, I did read in the rules. If you have to...
If it's the only asset you have
Well,
left.
I actually don't know if it's the only asset you have left. But if you are choosing and discarding something, like an asset in play, it cannot be a weakness. Or a card from your hand, like Agnes's weakness. You cannot discard that card in your hand. And when I was playtesting my Agnes deck, this is back...
I'm kind of fucked.
Well, that's
I'm super fucked.
I mean, the Pathfinder's probably the... Because that encyclopedia is too powerful. So...
D-man it.
When I was playtesting my Agnes deck for the Night of the Zealot campaign we did, there was one time where I had a bunch of cards in hand, including my weakness, and I was just like, okay, my next 2 actions are going to be draw a card, upkeep, I draw, oh, I have 9, buy weakness, and that's illegal. And that's why it's illegal, because it'd be super easy to do. Okay, I need to do this thing. Rights Howled. Discard the top 3 cards of each investigator's deck. Each investigator at an altered location shuffles each weakness into his or her deck. You got any weaknesses in there? I don't think you do. Nope. I am not in an altered location, so I just get rid of a Monster Slayer, a Scene of the Crime, and not a Kerosene. If this is a Kerosene, I'm going to fucking Okay. Alrighty. That should have happened a long time ago.
You want to head in there or not right away?
I want to get a resource first. And then I will go into Sentinel Peak. As an additional cost to move into Sentinel Peak, the investigators must spend 2 investigator clues as a group.
Don't worry, Rip. I'm over here in the woods, but I'll give the clues to whatever being takes them.
An arcane wall blocks the path further up the hill, leading towards the peak. You were over here at a tear in the path, and I guess you just threw the clues in the tear, and it was like an extra dimensional rift that just went, and then they hit the barrier. We got Sentinel Peak. 4 shroud, 4 clues. Forced, when an investigator at this location draws a hex card, that investigator takes 1 damage, 2 victory points, and the act was when we move into Sentinel Peak Advance, and I still have an action.
Will the change. Approaching the peak of Sentinel Hill, you are confronted by several citizens of Dunwich. The man in the center of their circle is desperately trying to complete a Latin incantation. "It's not working, Seth!" one of the other men cries out. "What are we going to do?" The man in the center stops his chant and pulls out a cobbler's knife. "The father demands a blood sacrifice," he declares, and his face twists into a crazed expression. Before you can react, he slits his left wrist with the knife. With the kniffy.
The kniffy.
Dropping to his knees in agony. Dropping to his knees in agony.
I mean, he's on his knees in agony. Is that him?
The headstone of the altar behind him splits open. A torrent of energy pours out of the stone, coalescing into the form of an open gate. Seth holds on to the stone in front of him to prevent himself from being sucked into the gate. But
I was just like, I figured when we got to Sentinel Peak, he would show up because he's set aside, and we've never been to Sentinel Peak before, right? Like, this is the first time
when's he gonna come in?
Right, this is our 3rd campaign, and this is the first time we've been into Sentinel Peak. That's how badly we did on our other 2 campaigns.
Seth holds on to the stony in front of him to prevent himself from being sucked into the gate.
Jesus Christ.
But several of the others are startled and pulled through it. What is it? It's jazz. You barely manage to dig your heels in and grab hold of a nearby rock in time to resist the pull of the gate. Seth rises wounded but alive. Alive.
Alive.
An expression of pre-day spreads across his pained face. Oh, we're idiots. / I'm an idiot.
Yeah, that's the one.
Put the set acide. Seth Bishop enemy into play at Sentinel Peak.
Hold on, the camera turned off. I want to capture me putting it into play on camera.
Put the set acide Seth Bishop enemy into play at Sentinel Peak.
And I'm the investigator there, so
with
he engages me.
1 investigator damage on him.
All right, 1 investigator damage.
So many words that end in E.
I wonder, I'm curious. So
the gate.
Well, hold
the
on.
gate opens.
I want to read the backs of the other 2. So if we did Act 2, or Version 2, he would just come into play. If we did Version 1...
where we killed him?
We remove Seth Bishop from the game. So Version 1 is arguably the best. Version 2 is arguably the worst. And Version 3, the one we have, is the middle ground where he's here, but he's weaker. Mm-hmm. Okay.
The gate opens. From the ruins of the headstone on the altar at the hill's peak, a gateway of churning vibrant energy has appeared. A force like a hurricane erupts from the gate, bending trees and pulling debris into it. The howling of the gale drowns out all other sound. Somehow you must find a way to close the gate. Only investigators at Sentinel Peak may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance 2 investigator clues. There were a lot of E ending words in there too that I just skipped over.
I know.
Hurricane.
You read it correctly, is what you're telling me. All right, so there's 2 investigator clues here. There's 2 investigator clues that we need to close the gate. Is that what we have to do? The gate opens. Somehow you must find a way to close the gate. Okay. Somehow I must find a way to punch Seth Bishop in the face. In the 1-2 variety.
So this is your 3rd action?
This is my 3rd action for this turn. Fight, you automatically succeed and deal +1 damage for the attack. And it's on an event card, so that's 3 damage. He is at 5 of his... Oh, we didn't read what Seth Bishop was. So, Seth Bishop, the Sorcerer of Dunwich, is a humanoid sorcerer elite. Retaliate. 5, 3 investigator, so 6, 5. And he says he, Miss Corey, and how he sought to look for Seth's cows, frightened as he was, and found him in the upper pasture nigh the Devil's Hop Yard in an awful shape. Half 'em's clean gone, and half 'em's that's left sucked most dry blood with sores on 'em. H.P. Lovecraft, The Dunwich Horror.
Cowpox.
Yeah.
Monkeypox.
Monkey cowpox. Okay. So now I'm 1-2 punching him.
Man, bear, pig pox.
Man, bear, pig pox. Yeah. All right. So my 1-2 punch did an automatic success and +1 damage, and I used my special ability to deal the extra +1 damage. So that was the 3 damage on Seth. Then you may fight again and get +3 fists and +2 damage for that attack.
Knock his block off.
So I'm at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on his 5.
Burp.
Do I make it so that only the auto fails me? No, because there's other monsters to be dealt with. 9 on his 5. Here comes the -5. It would only be justice for us cheating in
The pit boss.
He's pit boss.
Fuck you, here are your odds, you assholes.
Cultist, that is not committed, that's played. Reveal another token, cancel the effects and icons of skill cards committed to this test. So if I'd have committed a vicious blow, it would have just knocked me down.
Table talk rip.
You know what skill card I have? I have 2 copies of 1 skill card in my deck. Huh! -3. So let's just redo the math. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. -3 is 6 on his 5. He did! He victory point. Nice.
I feel like I have a mission to accomplish.
Getting these 3 clues? Yeah. That's my turn. Or 4 clues, I mean.
Okay. 1, 2.
Just don't draw hex cards in here. Just don't draw hex cards in here. Or do I... Oh, wait a minute. Do I boxing gloves? I've got 11 cards in my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to boxing gloves for another spirit. 1. God damn it, the kerosene. 2, 3. Kerosene, weakness, kerosene. 4, 5, 6.
No spirits.
There's only 1 spirit. But everything else would have been useful. Scene of the crime, another flesh ward, 2 kerosenes, and then my weakness. So, but yeah, 1 spirit.
So I moved there. I'm going to encyclopedia. So I'm
Am I
at
upside down?
7 on a 4.
7 on a 4, -3 or better. 1 clue out of the 4. Okay.
Monster goes.
Yeah, monster goes.
We upkeep.
Upkeep, draw a carta.
$11.
10 on the sheet, 1 there. Yes, 11. No hex.
No hex. I'm frozen in fear, which is perfectly fucking fine.
That's a terror. Is investigate? No, it's move, fight, or evade.
Which
You're
is
not doing any of those
perfectly
things.
fucking fine.
Yep, and I've got a Visions of Future Past Hex. Test head 5. For each point you fail by, discard the top card of your deck. Head 5. I could discard 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4 in my deck. And I've only got 3.
I could potentially get all 3.
If you can get all 3 clues this turn, I'm just going to test
I can't
this.
guarantee that it will happen.
Okay, do you have a throwaway head? You don't think you need that? Just, I'm just, like, if you don't think you need that, I'll take the head to discard 1 fewer card from my deck.
Would you be able to help me investigate it all? Like, just as a possibility, like a potential.
I have no cards that can help you
Okay.
investigate.
Okay. Take it.
Okay. So I'm testing 4 head on 5. So I need the Elder Signer +1 to discard 0 cards. -1, that puts me at a 2, or wait. 3, 4. -1 is 3 on a 5. Discard 2 cards. Not the end of the world unless both of my kerosenes go. 1 kerosene. Nope, scene of the crime. That could have helped. 2 kerosenes. Nope, 1-2 punch. I've still got 2 kerosenes in here.
I think
I need to draw an encounter card.
You just
Oh, no, wait.
did.
Oh. Shit. What did you draw? Frozen Fear.
Frozen Fear.
I'm
Are
too
you
drunk.
trying to make us lose?
I'm too drunk. Okay.
He's trying to make us lose. I'm going to go first. I'm going to encyclopedia.
Are you sure? You good?
Do you want to go first?
Oh, yeah, you've got resources. Okay, never mind.
I mean,
You're good. You're good.
want
You're
to
good.
try
You're
and get
You're good. Get those clues. Get those clues as fast as you can.
Okay. So I'm at a 7 on a 4 for investigate the first.
And you're encyclopediaing books yourself?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Encyclopedia the first.
Encyclopedia the first.
7 on a...
Auto fail.
Fuck!
We're good. I can go punch him.
Let's do it again.
Tablet is -2 because we're not in Agenda 2 yet. That's another clue. Nice. You just need 2 more. What am I doing there? Deduction? No?
No.
No deduction?
So 8 on a 4.
8 on a 4? Okay. Oh, the -5 rears its ugly head.
God damn, the fact that I only got 1 of those.
Yeah.
And now I test Frozen in Fear.
Okay.
3 on a 3, straight up.
-2. Okay. My first action is going to be stand together, choose another investigator at your location. Both you and that investigator gain 2 resources.
Luchas grassy ass.
Yep. Second action is going to be come out here and be a meat shield for your weakness. And my third action is going to be to clean him out. Fight when this action begins. Gain 2 resources. I just gained 4 resources this turn. And I'm punching him at 6 on a 3. 6 on a 3? Yeah, 6 on a 3 will do. 6 on a 3. -1, because this is an event, I deal +1 damage. He gets shuffled back into your deck.
Which is a problem. Well, not a problem, but...
Yeah, but he would have come and attacked you next turn, which I didn't want to have happen because he's a 1-1, right? Do I get to boxing gloves? I'm gonna go look that up on ArkhamDB. I'm gonna go look that up on ArkhamDB real quick. If it's not on boxing gloves, then I will...
House rule it.
I'm gonna house rule it because it says the word instead. So when the thing would be defeated, instead shuffle it into its bearer's deck. And this says after you defeat an enemy. So instead of being defeated, he goes back in your deck. So I punch him real hard, but he just runs away like he doesn't get defeated. Okay. So I'm gonna call that the Grim rule, or maybe not even the Grim rule. If there's not an official ruling, I'm gonna read it. Well, technically you're the lead investigator, but I think we can both agree that as written, that's how it should work.
Yep, I agree.
Okay, so my first action was to go there, or no, I gave us, yeah, that was my turn because I gave us both resources. I moved and then I cleaned them out, and I don't get to boxing gloves even if I wanted to, and I honestly don't want to.
So now, upkeep.
Monsters go, he just sits there. Upkeep is, oh boy! What a draw.
This thing happens.
Oh boy, okay, yeah, so we are at 12 doom. Why do you have look at all my clues. Like, give me some 3s.
You don't need any clues.
But I need doom. I'm the keeper of the agenda. Give Okay. As you explore the paths surrounding Sentinel Hill, I mean, we already did that. The chanting at the hilltop rises to a crescendo. Yes, we know. We're already up here. And it takes an otherworldly quality reverberating through the trees as if carried by unseen currents. The world begins to change. The grass and trees dissolve like sugar in a cup of tea. A vast, endless sky slices through the reality you see before you, and you feel drawn to it, terrified and awestruck. The arcane power becomes distorted and seeps around you, creating strange alterations in the land. Shuffle the discard pile, the encounter discard pile, into the encounter deck.
That would have been fine.
Oh, let's see what the top two were.
So,
Obscuring Fog and Rights Howled.
So Rights Howled would have been yours.
Which would have done that.
So it doesn't affect both of us, or does it just affect...
Each Investigator's deck, yeah. Rights Howled would have discarded... Well, no, but you had this one. You had Obscuring Fog.
I wanted to see what the third one was going to be.
What was the third one?
Dissonant Voices.
You couldn't play events or assets?
Which would have been absolutely fine.
Okay, well, anyway. That's getting shuffled into the encounter deck. Agenda 2A, Beckoning for Power. In weird, fucked up font. The old ones were, the old ones are, and the old ones shall be. Not in the spaces we know, but between them. They walk serene and primal, undimensioned, and to us, unseen. That was the name of the last scenario, wasn't
it? Undimensioned and unseen?
Yeah, all right. Roll credits. Yog-Sothoth knows the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the key and the guardian of the... Yog-Sothoth is a lot of things.
Sounds a lot like God.
Yeah, he may be.
Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Past, present, and future, all are one in Yog-Sothoth. He knows where the old ones broke through of old and where they shall break through again. He knows where they have trod Earth's fields and where they still tread them, and why no one can behold them.
A boy named Yog-Sothoth.
10 Doom. We have 10 turns to get 2 clues. We read this, right? The gate opens?
Yeah.
Okay. I still can't remember. I'm drunk, remember?
Yeah.
In case we haven't, yeah, only Investigator Sentinel Peak. Hurricane, yeah.
Hurricane.
In case we hadn't, but we have, we need to get these 2 clues to advance.
Don't kill me.
Don't kill him. What do you got?
Frozen in Fear.
Can you not have 2 Frozen in Fears in front of you?
Oh, I guess I can. So I just have to test both of them?
I believe... Let's look at Arkham DB, but I think it doesn't say you can only have 1. You have...
I'm super frozen.
You're super frozen, which again doesn't matter. Let's double check on Frozen in Fear. On the FAQ...
Oh, my
multiple copies of Frozen in Fear stack. If you draw a second copy, it enters play into your threat area. Then the first move, fight, or evade action you perform costs 2 additional actions. At the end of your turn, you perform 2 separate head tests, 1 for each copy of Frozen in Fear.
Oh, darn!
You're not doing any of the Frozen in Fear actions. Give me a monster, give me a monster, give me a monster! Visions of Future Past.
Oh, it's not.
No. Visions of Future Past is test head 5. For each point you fail by, discard the top card of your deck. I'm probably not going to need to dodge anything else. I got Flesh Ward. I'm going to commit dodge for a head, so I'm testing 4 on 5 at least. I'll discard 1 from my hand to prevent me from discarding 1 from my deck.
Is this place altered?
No. Okay, so I'm testing 4 on 5. 0, I only have to discard 1 card from the top of my deck. And it is my weakness.
Do I go first?
If you think you can get both of those clues...
I'm going to Encyclopedia.
Okay, Encyclopedia book. You're sitting at 7 on 4?
7 on 4.
+1. That's a clue. Put that back in the fucking bag. We got all the clues at Sentinel Peak!
Only investigators at Sentinel Peak may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance.
I don't have any clues, so you can do it yourself.
I will spend these 4 fucking clues.
All right, just for the people watching, if there's anybody watching, this is
First
this is our 3rd campaign playing Dunwich. This is the 8th scenario.
Unopened.
It's unopened in the shrink because we have not played this scenario yet because we haven't gotten there.
Peer into the abyss.
Oh, all right.
You don't know how to close the swirling gate before you. And with each passing moment, the force from within it grows in strength. You fear that whatever entity the sorcerers have summoned from beyond approaches. With no time to spare, you turn to the open tome on the stone altar, desperate for answers.
Is that the open tome? The Necronomicon?
That's the wrong open tome. R1.
R...
Is this our first R1?
No. We R1'd...
The Clover Club?
Did we R1 the Clover Club? No, because R1... No, that's extracurricular. We did not R1 extracurricular activity.
No.
Yeah, we R1'd House Always Wins because we added a squid. Oh no, R1 is Francis Morgan was kidnapped. So we got a better one than R1.
R1's not the best?
Not in Clover Club, apparently. We got R1 in Miskatonic Museum because we got the Necronomicon.
Yeah. Read the do not read!
Well, technically we R1'd in Essex County Express. But I died first. We did not
Even though you were still on the train.
Even though I was still on the train. Okay, R1 of Where Doom Awaits. If no resolution was reached, each investigator resigned or was defeated go to Resolution 2, which is where we lose, but we don't lose!
Hey!
All right. Resolution 1. The poorly bound tome appears to be the written records of old Whately, the man who taught Wilbur the ancient secrets of sorcery. You find a passage describing a place outside of time and space where worlds converge and Yog-Sothoth dwells. Only by reaching this nexus at the edge of reality can you unmake the tear that has split open the world. Feeling as if you may be going to your doom, you muster a final ounce of courage and step into the gate. In your campaign log, record that the investigators entered the gate.
We might not return, but we're going in.
I'm going to put that in all caps. Entered the
Gate.
I was getting ready to say it. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. So Seth was 1. And the Sentinel Peak was 2, so that is 3. I don't have 2 experience. I think we both spent all of our experience, so we're both at 3. And then we get to play Lost in Time and Space. Sweet.
Time to get lost in time and space.
I'm already lost in time and space, aren't I? Or no, I'm across time. What was the... Across time and space. Okay, so that thrall... There were no other victory points, right? Just were there other victory points in the deck? The big boy monsters, the Wizard of Yog-Sothoth wasn't too bad. 1 mono a mono kills him, and he was a victory point. Lupine Thrall. Yeah. There was another big bad boy in here that we did not want to see. We didn't get any Devotee of the Keys. If I remember the last 2 times we played Dunwich correctly, like one of the first things that happened when we drew the Devotee of the Key.
And then he moved to the Ascending Path and we couldn't touch him.
And then it says, if Devotee of the Key is already at Sentinel Peak, so it moves towards Sentinel Peak, and if he's already there, discard him and add 2 doom to the current agenda. Yeah. And it was just, we got uber, tempo fucked by the Devotee of the Key.